Now that this attack on the Armenians, America knew about it beforehand. The question, and other countries have known about it as well, knew about it as well. The question is, did Armenia know about it? Now, everything that I'm about to say has nothing to do with people, with civilians, with Americans, with Armenians, with Russians, with Israelis, with Jews. It has to do with the government. And this is my opinion. This is between me and God. And my revelations, my feelings is, yes, the government knew about it. You have to understand the governments of the world are all working together because they are all part of one person, one head, one spider. It's the globalists. They will go as far as killing their own people, or not even killing their own people. Like China, they will go as far as allowing others to come in and to attack them. And I'm talking about 1 or 2 people in the whole country that are able to do this. They will go as far as, this is a cult. This cult will go as far as sacrificing their children, putting their children to prove themselves, to fight in the forefronts of the army, to prove that they have nothing to do with it. Now, this cult is very deceptive. This cult works, and I'm not going to say names because I'm tired of being, my Instagram, by the way, I'm talking right now. This is the 3rd day my Instagram has been, 4th day my Instagram has been totally deactivated. I cannot get my Instagram back, so I'm calling them, I'm emailing them, I'm trying to appeal it. So let's see what happens. So I'm not gonna name names, but this cult will do anything. They will lose their whole money. They will lose their whole money just to do the agenda of the cult. Do you understand? So when you people say, Israel is selling, yes, Israel is selling guns because of oil, because of money. America is not stepping in because of, they have bases in Turkey, so on and so forth. Iran is not stepping in because they want to have a good relationship with, I don't know, they don't want to get in trouble with Turkey. That's all kind of true, okay? But that's not the reason. These cults, these selective amount of people, which are a few, it's not even 1%, ladies and gentlemen, it's not even 1%, it's less than that. You could count them almost on your fingers. These people will, again, lose everything they have to get to their agenda. They don't even care about money. They have all the monies in the world. They don't even care about money. All they care is about their agenda, the finished product. I have to be honest, some of these people who are in this cult, who are in this globalism, they kind of don't know how evil it is. And then there's some who know the agenda, who know they're just doing it out of their evil hearts. There are some stupid people in there who are being deceived, who are honestly deceived. And then there are some who know what they're doing and they will do anything. Like I said, they will even sacrifice their children to prove themselves to that higher person that they worship, okay? And of course this is all Satan. Of course it's demon spirits. But ladies and gentlemen, God is using them too. It'll be a lie for me to sit here and to say that God has nothing to do with this and he has washed his hands and he does not know what's going on. He is sick and tired. No, he knows what's going on. He is controlling the heads. God even works through evil, okay? God allows some evil to happen to get his agenda done. In a way, it's a mystery. It's a mystery. But again, he's a righteous God. He's a fair God. There's always a reason behind why people are going through stuff. Okay, Most of the reason is in Israel, when we look at Israel, one of the reasons that God will leave Israel and let Israel be slaughtered by the enemy was when they would turn their back on Jehovah God. So he would say, okay, let your other gods, go pray to your Baal. You know, Israel will pray to Jehovah, and God would say, why don't you go pray to Baal? Tell him to help you. You've been worshiping him. You've been worshiping him. I mean, not him. You've been worshiping that, I don't know, fish or a phallic symbol, sacrificing your children. I never told you to do those things. I just told you to follow my commandments, but you didn't. Okay? When people leave God and do things that are opposite of God, God most of the time does not step in and cannot force you to do otherwise. God will never force you to worship him. There are people who say they're Christians by name, but are you following Christ? Are you a born again Christian? Okay? You say you're a Christian, but your actions are not Christian, darling. Okay? You only come to Christ when you're in trouble. Israel only came to Jehovah most of the time in the Bible when they were in trouble. And sometimes he would deliver them when they cried out, but when they fasted, if you do from your heart, he will deliver you. He will help you in a second like that. He will. With the insatiable, hungry heart, if you scream to Jesus and say, help Jesus, he will help you. And ladies and gentlemen, it's very unique, you know. Satan has always attacked these Jews and these Armenians. It's just weird and it's just weird. They just hate, like when you ask a Turkish person, they just hate him so much. Like they are evil. They say these Armenians are evil until we drink their blood and cut their throats off. They have no right to exist. It's like they're just They just get on our nerve. The German people would say the same thing. Like the Nazis would say the same thing about the Jewish people. We just hate them. They're just annoying. They're just like rats who get on your nerves. There's just so much hate. And my question is, why? Why does Satan get inside of people through demon spirits to attack certain groups, certain race? Why? You know, we have Jews who worship the true living God, Jehovah, and then because of them, out of their loins, we got Jesus Christ. So, you know, and so we got Jews here, the worship of the true God, the true living God. They were the number one. In the beginning, they worshiped Jehovah, and then we got Armenians here, who were the first Christians as a nation, first Christians before Rome, way before Rome. We were the first Christians as a nation in 300 AD, okay? So it's just, it's very, very, it's really confusing, but at the same time, you get the whole picture when you dig into it as to why these two people are always attacked. You got anti-Semitism and you got anti-Armenianism, okay? Trust your own government? Nope. Don't trust anyone. We are in a point, we are in a time that the governments don't care about their people. They really don't care. They just want to kill everybody, slaughter them to death, so they could live their own psychotic lives. Okay, they want to get rid of all the middle class and the low class, you know, everybody. And so that's why we shouldn't have race war. You know, we all have red blood. I don't care if you're black, white, polka dot, yellow, whatever you are, we all have the same blood. We are all brothers and sisters. We have to support each other, ladies and gentlemen. Because these globalists, these powers that are right now infiltrated the governments, this group that I'm talking about, that I don't want to mention anymore, they have infiltrated church. They have infiltrated the Catholic Church, Christian Church. They have infiltrated government. I don't care if it's Israel. You got the heads in Israel. You got the heads in America, especially America. 1776. Illuminati was created in 1776. That should tell you something. You got China, you got the heads in China, even the heads in Armenia, just everybody. These heads, most of them know what they're doing and they're evil. I don't care if it's Netanyahu, Putin, Erdogan, the Prime Minister of Armenia, President Trump. Do I trust Trump? Not really. Do I trust the Democrats, the conservatives? Nope. They're all the same. You fill in the blanks. Do I trust my own president, my own prime minister? Nope. Do I trust Netanyahu and the government of Israel? No. Do I trust America as a whole? No. China? Nobody. Do I trust some pastors because they pick and choose? They pick and choose what to talk about. They're not talking about my people. Why aren't you talking about my people? You're saying there's a war, but why aren't you saying it's a genocide? This is like, at least say this is like genocide. No, because I don't trust them either, because I feel they're controlled by someone too, and they choose what they could say and what countries they could support. They can't say anything against Israel. They can't say anything against, that makes Israel mad. And it has nothing to do with that, but they're deceived. They're deceived. But whatever happens to, for example, Armenia, they're not saying anything because they don't want to get in trouble, okay? They don't say anything in the conservative government, even though, the conservative government can do bad things, but they're really not saying anything. And then the liberals are not, it's just, these people, I don't trust anybody, so who do you trust? Who do I trust? This, I trust the Bible. All I trust is the Bible, okay? And don't tell me that men wrote the Bible. The only person that I trust is my God, is Jesus Christ, is Jehovah, is my Father. And the only way you could win this war, whether it's the globalism, whether it's Armenia, is yell out to God, yell, help me, Jesus, pray to Jesus. All my information comes from Jesus, comes from through prayer. I don't trust anybody. I don't care about anybody. All I trust is the word of God, because the words in this book, in this Bible, lives. And when you open and when you read this book, it talks to you. And it's basically predicated on the time. The topics that you read about, that God opens to you, it's all predicated on this time. You call me a traitor because I'm speaking ill against and questioning the Armenian government and all these governments. I'm questioning everybody. I don't trust anybody, okay? No, I don't have any inside information. This is just my revelations, my studies of the globalists, of the government. Why am I questioning? There's many questions about this prime minister, okay? I have nothing against him, but there's many questions as to now. I talked to my aunt today in Armenia. She said that he's during war, we are in war, and he's actually creating laws that anything you say against him or against the government, he's going to fine them, and it's actually going to be, he's going to make a criminal, like Stalin. Oh my goodness, like, why are you doing that? You're in the middle of a war and you're creating laws that's suppressing your people. And why are you doing that? And another thing is, we have he's like a business mogul. He's like kind of like President Trump in my country, who is in prison right now. So during war, this dude, this prime minister or president, threw him in prison. And this guy has a lot of influence with Saudi Arabia. He has a lot of influence with billionaires, and he does a lot of business, and he's well respected. So I can't help but to wonder, had he been out, he would have helped tremendously with money, with guns, with, maybe negotiations, I don't know, and other governments getting involved. Do you not want other governments to get involved, like Saudi Arabia, who wants to help? And this man's name is, you all know, is Tsarukyan, okay, Gagik Tsarukyan, which is in prison for no reason. The guy's not a criminal, for no reason, for, I don't know, some tax, whatever. So those are questions. So that is why these questions are getting raised in me, and something does not smell good. Something is fishy. It's like, it's like saying, America, US didn't know about 9/11. Give me a break. Yes. They worked with them, with Muslim people to do it. But it's like saying that they didn't know about it. Really, they didn't know about it. Give me a break. Give me a break. Think.